Alright, thought I'd show you a couple paintings that I done, one fairly recent and another one that I did a few years back, but I figured I'd show you these two. They're a couple of my favorites, part of my own collection that I have in my apartment, and I have several others in here I'll show you at another time, but let me just start off with this one right over here. This one here is a picture painting of New York City, of Times Square, that I did back in 2003, and it's a pretty well liked picture. Everybody likes it. A lot of people have wanted to buy it from me. I'm thinking of possibly making prints. In fact, I'm in the process of working with a photographer now who actually wanted to purchase the painting, but I've decided I don't really want to sell it, so I've come to an agreement with him that I will allow him to photograph it and make a print of it for himself, and possibly I will make these prints available online on another website, an art page that I will be setting back up again, and it's actually called Yessie. And this painting, prints of this painting, will be available on there at some point, and at that time I will offer them up as a limited edition in various different sizes, possibly framed and matted already, although I think I would prefer to sell them unframed and let the collector mat them themselves to satisfy their own particular taste. And I just think that works out better, because that's the way I usually do it with all my paintings. I generally sell them unframed, because to be perfectly honest with you, if I pick out a frame, you probably won't like it, because I'm terrible with picking out frames. But I could also have somebody else do that for me, but all that's up in the air at this point, and right now I just want to start showing you some of my paintings. So I'm starting with this one because this is as good a place as any to start with. I have one just above it on the wall, which I will also show you. But this painting, let me give you a little history on it. This is supposed to be, and is, or was, Times Square, the old Times Square. I guess it was apparently a red light district back in the 60s and 70s. It's been cleaned up since. I'm sure nobody in the world would ever recognize this as Times Square, but that's exactly what it is, or was. And since then, as I say, it's been changed. I got the original picture from, I believe it was National Geographic. It was part of an article they were doing, and I liked it, and I painted it. This is actually the second time it's been painted. It's been painted twice. This one time I painted it, and actually the first version of it, I made a few minor changes. There were some more buildings in the background up here, and I ended up taking them out because I didn't like them. And the wording on the sign I changed also, because I wanted it to be a little more politically correct or whatever. And I believe I changed that to Disney Special Nature Lover or something like that, and I sold that painting. This one here, I decided to go with the actual words as they were in the photograph, because I just thought to me it was more interesting. And some of the things I like about this painting is it's a night scene, which I like, and it's a city scene, which I love painting city scenes. I don't do enough of them, but I do quite a few of them. And it's also a wet scene where you have reflections. So, and it has action. There's movement in it. There's somebody running over here. There's somebody else carrying a huge portfolio or something. There's traffic. They're moving along in the night air. There's people with umbrellas. There's the lights. It has a lot going for it, and I like it because of all those things. It's very busy, very colorful, very high contrast, and to me it's just interesting. So I painted this one with acrylic, and it took quite a bit of time because I spent quite a bit of time on this. Sometimes 3 or 4 hours just on an inch or two of it, depending on where it was, or maybe like 3 or 4 square inches, would be equal to 2 or 3 hours of work. So you can imagine that it took some time. Even this little sign up here, this sign took me the better half of an entire afternoon, almost the better half of a day, just because I wanted the color to be exactly what you see here. I was unhappy with the color. There's probably 10, 15 layers of color underneath this before I finally found these ones that I was satisfied with. So, whoops, sorry, this camera, I drop it all the time. That's just one painting that I like a lot. Now I'm going to show you the one right up above it, and this is another one that I like quite a bit. And this one was done in oil. It's up kind of high, so I'm stretching my arm way up here to try to show it to you. But this is done in oil. It's basically a harbor scene. I like a lot of things about it. I like the looseness of it. I like the effects that I achieve with oil. Although I can often achieve a lot of those effects myself, personally, even with acrylic, but not quite the same, but very similar. And similar enough where you would have to look twice or even ask, is that oil or acrylic? But this one here is oil, and to most people it would probably be almost obvious. But it's oil, and it's a harbor scene with some boats in a harbor, and it didn't take too long to paint compared to the other one on the bottom. This one here was painted in 2009. It's actually one of my somewhat recent ones. But this just another one that I like, and both of these two I like. They're hung on my wall in basically the same location, and they're just part of my personal collection, of which I have many more. I have quite a few more. I have some right there, which I'll get around to showing you at some point. But I have a few of them around. Most of my work is sold years ago. I have very little left. I have a few left, but I sell everything I paint. And anyways, I just wanted to show you those. Those are a starter tour, I guess you'd call it, of my work. And I hope you could see it well enough. And in the future, I'll show you the rest of them that I have in here. And when I paint more, I'll show you those too. But and I'll give you a lot more information in general. So, okay. Glad that I could show you a couple of my paintings, and hope you have a good day.